Oh, no, 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 no. I hate to do this to you, Florida man. Well, really, you're doing it to yourself. Oh, boy. Jeez, 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 jeez. Are you really making me put on the team asshole hat? Florida is. You better be sitting down if you haven't heard the news. Florida is losing to Vandy 14-6 at halftime. Um, Unbelievable. Florida's had a couple of drives resulting in field goals. That's it. What a shocker. Anthony Richardson, no touchdowns. It's almost like it's a pattern or a routine at this point. Florida muffed a punt late in the second quarter into their own end zone. Vandy jumps on it. They were already up 7-6. Florida muffs the punt. They jump on it. Special teams touchdown for Vandy. 14-6 at halftime. I don't. Up and down. Sunbelt Billy's got some issues, don't he? I was in a Florida Gators stream. Some guy streaming a Florida Gators game, bunch of Florida fans in the comment section, so I'm in there with the whole Sunbelt Billy routine. Somebody tells me you're not going to be laughing next year when Florida wins the Natty. This is why I love college football and the internet. You can always find some Fruit Loop drooler somewhere that constantly thinks next year is the year. Hey, remember when Jim McElwain was the head coach of Florida and won the SEC East 66% of the time he was there? Yeah, 66% of the time. Jim McElwain won the SEC East. Fast forward to now, Mullen is a memory, and Sunbelt Billy can't beat Vandy 14-6 at halftime. There are some good games. Look at this Michigan and Illinois. Any of y'all watching the Michigan and Illinois game? Michigan's up 7-3, and I know what some of y'all are going to say, especially people that aren't watching the game. Oh my God, Michigan's playing terrible. Michigan's playing about like they always play. The reality about Illinois is they've got a good defense. In fact, they've got the best defense in the Big Ten and one of the best defenses in the country. 7-3, Michigan is up. Here's the problem with Illinois' offense. Plus, Michigan's got a good defense too. But if you want to know what's going to happen in the second half of this game, you had to have watched the first half. Running back for Blake Corum. This is strength on strength here. Michigan likes to run the ball. Illinois' got a great rush defense. Illinois likes to run the ball. Michigan's got a great rush defense. Michigan running back Blake Corum, already over 100 yards and over 6 yards per carry. The Illinois running back, 3 yards per carry. Michigan will win this game. They're going to pull away in the second half. What they're going to win by, I don't know. My guess would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-something to 10, probably, is what the final score of this one's going to be. Illinois is not able to do anything. Michigan is. Illinois will wear out in the second half. Michigan will pull away. What else is going on? I'm glad you asked. TCU and Baylor, great game, back and forth. If you haven't been watching TCU games, and I know there are people have very strong feelings about TCU, one way or the other. You've got they're undefeated, so they deserve to be there crowd, and then you've got they're terrible and they're not any good crowd, they should be ranked 100. The truth lies somewhere in between. But one thing you can't say about TCU is they don't entertain you. TCU gives you an entertaining game every single damn week. It just went to halftime on that one. I'm watching Florida and Vandy, TCU Baylor, and Michigan Illinois. I'm switching back and forth a little. I watched some of the first quarter of the Alabama game. They're playing a nobody. Texas A&M is struggling with UMass. It's like 10-3. We'll do a score check on these games. Yeah, 10-3 at halftime, Texas A&M and UMass. But anyway, this TCU Baylor game, it's going to come down to the end again like almost every TCU game does. If you're a TCU fan, should you be excited? Yeah, because normally you're losing right now and you make some huge second half comeback and win. You're not going to need a huge second half comeback today because you're tied 14 apiece with Baylor. Another road game for TCU where they got to go on the road. Everybody just keeps waiting for TCU to lose, myself included, and they just keep finding a way to win. Will they pull it off again today and improve to 11-0? I don't know. They play Iowa State next week, so we'll see. But if you're a TCU fan, I guess you got to be happy because, like I said, at least you're not losing by 2 or 3 scores, which is normally the case when you enter the third quarter as a TCU fan. If you're a Tennessee fan, what are you thinking heading into the second quarter of your biggest game today against TCU? Of course, Tennessee fans are Baylor fans right now. Well, you can't be feeling too good. Baylor has kind of lived and died off the big play today. Now, they have the defense has played okay, although TCU came up with a huge defensive play at the end of the first half, an interception in the end zone that kept Baylor from getting some points there at the end of the first half. But 14-14, Tennessee fans nervous. Huge Baylor fans today to Voltards. They really, 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 really need TCU to lose. If TCU wins, then tonight they become the biggest UCLA fans you've ever seen on the face of the earth. Tennessee fan needs TCU or Southern Cal to lose, preferably both, but they need at least one of them to lose. So we'll see if Tennessee can get lucky today with a TCU loss, or later tonight a Southern Cal loss. Anyway, what else is going on? I'm streaming the 3:30 games on Patreon, so I'll see y'all over there. I'm streaming the primetime games, though, right here on YouTube. So if you're going to be watching the games tonight at prime time, come hang out with us on the YouTube channel. Patreon link is in the description of the video if you want to check that out. So what else is going on? I'm glad you asked. I'll let you know. Alabama up 17-0 over Austin Peay. Bryce Young 11-14, 100 yards. I mean, Alabama will win this by as much as they want. Hoping to get some backups in probably in the second half. Iron Bowl coming up next week. Alabama and Austin Peay. Florida State all over Sunbelt Billy. I mean, Louisiana. 35-0. Almost halftime in that one. Mississippi State all over East Tennessee, 35-0. Already told you. Texas A&M 10-3 over UMass. Quarterback for Texas A&M today, Connor Wegman. 9 of 13, 158 yards and a touchdown. Not bad. Quarterback hokey pokey going on there. Vandy 14, Florida 6. That score's funny no matter how many times you look at it. Let's see. Army up over UConn. Virginia Tech and Liberty tied. That's kind of strange. Liberty's 8-2. Virginia Tech 2-8. I thought Liberty handled them. We'll see what happens in the second half. Wisconsin losing to Nebraska. Wow. Oh, this is a big deal here. Nebraska's 3-7. Of course, they were 3-9 last year. So if Nebraska wins today, that's a one-game improvement over last year. They're up 7-0 over Wisconsin. This is a weird game because neither team has a head coach. Wisconsin and Nebraska, neither one have a head coach. Purdue up 14-3 over Northwestern. Purdue needs to win that one to hang on to their slight advantage in the Big Ten West. The Big Ten West is a mess. There's like 4 or 5 teams that still have a chance to win it with just 2 weeks to go. Purdue is one of them. But it doesn't really matter. Whoever wins the West is getting murdered in the Big Ten title game. Michigan State up big over Indiana, 24-7. Pitt up on Duke, 20-14. UTSA's beating Food, Rice, 14-0. There you go. Noon game update. I'll be back with whatever you need to know for your college football Saturday, reacting to anything crazy or funny that happens. Maybe we'll see some upsets. Who knows? Georgia plays at 3:30 against Kentucky. They're a huge favorite. Let's see. Let's look at the top teams. Any of them going to get upset today? Georgia on the road at Kentucky, favored by 23. Tennessee on the road at South Carolina, favored by 23. Michigan playing now against Illinois. They're up. Probably going to get worse in the second half there. I would think Michigan should handle it. No problem in the second half. What else? Ohio State, a big favorite over Maryland today. Alabama, we already talked about. Clemson and Miami play at 3:30. Anybody think Miami can win that game? I don't. I know the Taters aren't any good, but Miami's even less good than that. So probably not. Anyway, another great day of college football. Y'all stay tuned. I'll keep you up to date. Have a good morning.